Hey up, me old Marco, it's your Marc here from the GamebustersUK team, and I'm bringing you a brand new Let's Play here. This is the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion on the PC, playing the PC version, although I do own the PlayStation 3 version as well. And this is probably the my number one game that I have the most in-game knowledge about. I've played through it multiple times with multiple different characters. I absolutely love this game. I know all the secrets, I know how to complete it, and all the side missions, side quests, I just absolutely adore this game. This Let's Play has been a long time in the coming. I've just decided that it's pretty much now or never, really. If I don't do it now, I probably won't end up doing it. But I hope to have a lot of fun in this Let's Play, and I hope you guys will have a lot of fun watching this Let's Play as well. So without further ado, we're going to start a new game.
I was born 87 years ago. For 65 years, I've ruled as Tamriel's emperor. But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. I have seen the gates of Oblivion, beyond which no waking eye may see. Behold, in darkness, a doom sweeps the land. This is the 27th of last seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the Third Era and the final hours of my life.
So that was the intro movie. You might recognise the voice of the Emperor. That is actually Patrick Stewart, who was Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek The Next Generation, among other things. So anyway, this is an RPG game, so there's going to be a lot of leveling up, a lot of stats, stat increasing, a lot of equipment changing, stuff like that. It's an absolute gem of a game. This is my number one favourite RPG, as I said a few minutes ago. So, as anyone that's played an Elder Scrolls game will know, there's lots of different races in the Elder Scrolls, and you can choose to play as any race you want. That's selectable, and they each come with their own sort of perks and attributes that will sort of help you throughout the game. So the default character is an Imperial, a male Imperial. You can play as a female as well if you so. Gosh, she's a bit ugly, isn't she? Anyway, you can choose as male or female. I'll play as male because I've never really understood why people like to play like as the opposite gender in RPGs. I don't have anything against it. I just never really understood it. So I always choose male whenever I play a game, like an RPG like Oblivion or Skyrim or Far Cry or whatever. So the Imperials are basically your standard sort of people, and they have they are skilled with heavy armor and in the social skills, and tend to favor the warrior classes. So I think you get pluses to your speech skills if you choose an Imperial. Khajiit, which are cat people, as you can see here. They have good agility and acrobatic skills, and they also have an ability that lets them see in the dark, because this game does have day and night cycles, for anyone who's a bit confused about why seeing in the dark is relevant. Nords are basically a variant of the Imperials, but they come from up north. Think of them as sort of Scandinavian people, basically. They come from the cold countries up north, like Skyrim. If you've played Skyrim before Oblivion, then you know most of the people in Skyrim are Nords. They have resistance to cold, as you would expect, because they live in the cold areas, and they are very good in the physical attributes. So Nord warriors tend to be quite bruisers, quite good. Then we have orcs, who are similar to Nords. Again, very good if you want to choose like heavy armor and heavy weaponry. But they're also good at repairing their armor, because that's a thing in this game. You have to repair your weapons and armor. Over time, they'll depreciate, so you have to repair them to keep them in 100% good condition. If your weapons are in good condition, they deal more damage. If your armor is in good condition, it protects you more. So yeah, orcs. Then the Red Guards that come from Hammerfell. There was a god-awful Elder Scrolls PC spin-off called Elder Scrolls Adventures Redguard, which I actually have played a little bit of, and it's pretty bad, which a lot of Elder Scrolls fans may not know about. But yeah, the Red Guards, again, they favour the weapon and armour, and they have a natural resistance to disease and poisons, which is very handy in this game, let me tell you. Next is Wood Elves, the shortest of all the races. I'm not sure if you can really see from here, but the Wood Elves are actually really short people. Oh my god, the females in this game are horrible, aren't they? The quality on the PlayStation 3 is probably a little bit better in my version from what I've played, but I'm playing on the PC because I don't have any means to record on the PlayStation 3 anymore. I had to sell my Elgato capture card a few months ago. So the Wood Elves are quick and nimble. They favour the archery skills, and they can command creatures. Next up is these Argonians, which are basically like lizard men. They are immune to diseases and poisons, which is very handy because there are diseases in this game which you can contract and they'll impact your stats. And poison is obviously a bit of a nuisance as well. So these guys are immune to disease and poisons. And they can also breathe underwater, which is a very handy skill if you're in the water a lot. This game does feature underwater parts. So Argonians, and then Bretons. These are like the human mages of the world. Whereas the Imperials and the Red Guards are more weapon-based humans, and the Nords. The Bretons are more. They have better magical stats, and they have resistance to magical energies as well, as the description says here. Next up we have the Dark Elves. The first time I played this game, I played as a Dark Elf. These guys are pretty good all-rounders, really. Good with weapons and magic, especially destruction magic, because there are different types of magic in this game, which I'll go over as we play the game. And they have a resistance to fire as well, which I don't think is mentioned here. Oh yeah, they are resistant to fire. Yeah, they're resistant to fire, which is very handy in the main quest. In the main quest line. Next up is the High Elves, who are probably the best with magic. As it says here, High Elves are the most strongly gifted in the arcane arts of all the races. However, they are also somewhat vulnerable to fire, frost and shock. So they're really good at magic, but they're also quite vulnerable to it. So they actually take, I think, 50% more damage from fire, frost and shock magic. And then we go back to the Imperials. So to keep things interesting, what should I play as? I want to be balanced in both magic and combat for this Let's Play. So I am going to I'm just going to call the Dark Elf Marc, because that's my name. So I'm going to be a Dark Elf because, yeah, like I said, I want that, give him a massive Mohican, looks a bit crazy, because I want to make a character that is good with magic and weapons. That's what I want to concentrate on. I don't really want to be grey. We won't mess around with the face too much, but you can mess around with the face and the age of your character, so he gets you a little bit younger. We'll have him somewhere in the middle. Few little wrinkles. This guy's seen some stuff. Okay, and I'll be a dark elf. So we begin the game in the Imperial dungeons, and this is something of a sort of a cliche in the Elder Scrolls games. You always seem to begin in a dungeon. In Elder Scrolls 1 Arena, you begin in a dungeon. In the Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall, I think you also begin in a dungeon, if I remember correctly. And in the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, you don't begin in a dungeon, but you are still a prisoner. So we can have a look around. You know, I thought when I first played this game in about 2008, I think it was 2008 anyway, it might have been 2009. It may even have been 2010, but I think it might have been 2009. When I first played this game, I thought the graphics were amazing. They have held up pretty well, I think, especially like some of the more sort of detailed textures. We can move in and out of first-person mode if I press R, but it's very sort of like, you know, you can move in and out of first-person mode. If I press C, I cast magic. At the moment, I only have a healing spell. If I press F, I get my weapons out. Right mouse click to block. Left mouse click to attack. You can also charge up attacks. At the moment, I have no weapons because I'm a prisoner. We don't know what we've done, but we're a prisoner. And you can look at yourself in the inventory screen. You can look at your health, your fatigue, your magicka, and these are our stats. So strength, intelligence, willpower, agility, speed, endurance, personality, and luck. They all have a bearing on the game, and these are all the skills in the game. Armor, repairing our items. Athletics, how quick we are. Blade, how good we are with a sword. How good we are at blocking. How good we are with maces and hammers. Hand-to-hand, you could create a hand-to-hand character, sort of like a Chuck Norris, and just pummel people to death. Heavy armor. Alchemy, you can make potions. Alteration magic, magic that alter reality, so you can cast a spell on yourself to make you breathe underwater, stuff like that. Conjuration, which is a magic school I very much like, is you can conjure or summon creatures to help you in combat. Destruction magic, quite simple. Fireballs, frostballs, thunder magic, stuff like that hurts people. Illusion magic, you can silence people, paralyze people, stuff like that. Mysticism, dispel magic on yourself, and soul trap, which is something we'll cover later on in the game. Restoration, healing magic. Acrobatics is like sort of stuff like how quick we can jump, how much falling damage we take, stuff like that. Light armor is obviously light armor. Heavy armor, more protection, less movement. Light armor, less protection, more movement. Marksman is obviously our archery skills. These are our buying and selling skills. Security allow us to pick locks. Sneak allows us to sneak around without being detected. And last but not least, speechcraft, how well we can persuade others to do things for us. So that's all our main skills. Sorry if this commentary is a little bit boring. I'm just trying to get all the basics done, obviously. So then, in future parts, we can just play the game. I can just play the game without having to explain what things are. So this is our weapons section. We have no weapons, and this is all the clothes we have equipped. See, I can take my trousers off if I want. I don't know why you would want to do that, but you can. And take your shirt off, and my wrist irons, which I can take off, which I always thought was a bit weird. If we're a prisoner, we can just randomly take off our shackles. But none of this stuff offers any protection whatsoever. It's just random clothes. So yeah, we're in prison, and there's not a lot we can do. We just have to walk up to this door.
Hey there, you, kinsman.
Hello.
I haven't seen another Dunmer in here, and I don't know how long. Where you from, huh? Vardenfell? You got a wife back home? Tell you what, I'm getting out of here in a couple of weeks. When I get back to Morrowind, I'll look her up. She must be so lonely. Don't you worry, eh? I'll take care of her long after you're dead. Oh, that's right. You're going to die in here. Hey, you hear that? The guards are coming. For you.
Boris, lock that door behind us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that guy is a complete jerk, but there is actually a quest we can do later on where we can actually kill this guy.
No, they're dead. I know it.
My job right now is to get you to safety.
I know this place. The prison?
What's this prisoner doing here? This cell is supposed to be off limits.
Usual mix-up with the watch.
Never mind. Get that gate open. Stand back, prisoner. We won't hesitate to kill you if you get in our way.
You, prisoner, stand aside. Over by the window. Stay out of the way and you won't get hurt.
So yeah, it's best to
Prisoner,
do what they
stand
say,
away from the door.
because
Over by the window now.
we don't really have much of a choice. But yeah, stand over by the window.
No sign of pursuit. Stay put, prisoner.
Good. Let's go. We're not out of this yet.
You. I've seen you. Let me see your face. You are the one from my dreams. Then the stars were right. And this is the day. Gods give me strength.
Okay, so that's kind of weird. We're in this old guy's dreams. I mean, that's a bit strange. But as you can tell, this is the Emperor. When you speak to people in this game, it does sort of do this sort of, it like freezes time. So everyone else in the background stops what they're doing, and it sort of zooms in on the person. And you get their name on the bottom right here. And your like dialogue selections. So we can ask him, what's going on?
Assassins attacked my sons, and I am next. My blades are leading me out of the city along a secret escape route. By chance, the entrance to that escape route leads through your cell.
Okay, who are you?
I am your emperor, Uriel Septim. By the grace of the gods, I serve Tamriel as her ruler. You are a citizen of Tamriel, and you too shall serve her in your own way.
Okay, why am I in jail?
Perhaps the gods have placed you here so that we may meet. As for what you have done, it does not matter. That is not what you will be remembered for.
Okay then, what should I do?
You will find your own path. Take care. There will be blood and death before the end.
Please, sire, we must keep moving. Better not close this one. There's no way to open it from the other side.
Looks like this is
try
your
it.
lucky day.
I'm watching.
Just stay out of our way.
Okay, so the Emperor and his bodyguards have just come into our cell and they've opened a secret passage. We can't escape from prison through the gate. So our only option is to go and follow them. Even though technically Glenroy, the rather sort of rude guard, did tell us not to follow them. But I mean, we need to start the game, so obviously we do have to follow them.
Close up left. Protect the Emperor.
Protect yourself.
The captain's down. My sword!
For the Emperor!
My sword for the dragon!
Are you all right, sire? We're clear for now.
Captain Reno?
She's dead. Sorry, sire, but we have to keep moving.
So, some random assassins appeared out of nowhere and attacked
no, it's too
the
late to
Emperor
look
and
now.
his bodyguards.
Don't worry.
Now, if you press spacebar on dead people, you can take their stuff. Unfortunately, you can't take Captain Renault's armor at this point in the game, but you can take a katana and a random steel short sword, which will come in handy later. And then to equip them, we just open up our menu. In the front menu with a little bag, you can see everything. So we'll equip this katana. Looks pretty badass, doesn't it? So it, oh yeah, things weigh in this game. That's what the little feather is. And you see down here, we can hold 200. If we increase our strength stat, we can hold more stuff in our inventory. Otherwise, we have to start like dropping stuff if we can't move. And if you go over that, you actually freeze. You can't move until you drop stuff. And there are pesky magicians and mages in the game that can cast a spell on you that increase your weight, so they can actually make you freeze in place, which is kind of annoying when that happens. But it's also a spell that you can learn, so it works both ways. But yeah, we just have to... You can't just go around picking up everything you find in this game, otherwise you'll quickly find that you're unable to move. And the more stuff you have, I also believe it impacts how fast you are as well. So that's what the little feather is for weight. The little sword indicates how much damage the weapon does. It does 3 at the moment. That increases based on 2 things. The weapon's condition, which is over here. At the moment it's in 100% condition. And also how good we are with a sword. So if I go over here, blade skill is 15. So we're still a novice, but 15 is okay for a beginner. So obviously if that was a little bit higher, we would do more.
They won't be the first to underestimate the blade.
Let's just check out these assassins. They've got these robes. A weak potion of sorcery, which I'm going to pick up.
I'll take point. Let's move.
And a couple more here. That guy has nothing. That guy has nothing. Oh, they have nothing. So yeah, the Emperor and his guards go that way. Unfortunately, we can't follow them through that door. We just have to wait for this wall to break, and a couple of rats will jump out and attack us. So I'll take my sword out, and we will have our first combat. And that's really all combat is in this game. You can generally time when an opponent is about to attack, like what I was doing with these rats. And if you block at the right time, you successfully block, and your block skill might go up. And we have 2 different types of attacks. Standard attacks. Actually, if I go into third person. So normal attacks like that, and then you have power attacks. So we have a standing power attack. We have a backwards power attack. Sideways power attack. And a forward power attack. And obviously the power attack differs depending on what weapon you have. So we'll go through here. I don't think I took any damage. I took like a tiny bit. Because, yeah, blocking doesn't, unless you're really good at blocking, you still take a little bit of damage, but like you take less than you would. So see, right there, my miss completely. So my block skill increased just then when I blocked that rat's attack. I think there's another rat around here somewhere. Fairly sure there's another rat. Okay, maybe not. So it's just the one rat. So there's a shield there, but it's a bit of a crappy shield. I'm not going to bother picking it up. Like I said, I've played this game so many times, I pretty much know where everything is. And the best stuff to pick up and the stuff not to pick up. So weak potion of sorcery on this dead goblin. Pick up some lockpicks as well. And I will show you what to do with lockpicks. Over here there is a chest. It's locked with a very easy lock, as you can see in the bottom right. And then if you have a lockpick, you can play this mini game. So we can attempt to open it. So you push it up and then click. And a gold and a sapphire, so not bad. Check out that little sack. Oh, I already checked it out. Just had a cloth in it. I don't really have much use for a cloth. So yeah, I'll heal myself. It's kind of weird. Sometimes the sound on the spells goes out. I don't know why. I had the key to open that door. Picked it up off the dead goblin. If I didn't have the key, I could also lockpick my way out. But yeah, I know how to cast spells. So I'm going to end this first part here, me old mucker. I hope you have enjoyed watching it, and then we're going to pick up in the second part right off the bat from here. So I hope you've enjoyed this Let's Play. Like I say, the commentary will become a bit more flavoured as I go on. Once I get all the sort of like the basics and the explanations of this game sort of out of the way. I also hope the quality is pretty decent. I mean, it should be recording at least 30 frames per second. I know, like, I could boost the like graphics and whatever, but it's in my opinion, it's definitely good enough for me anyway. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give the video a like if you're liking it so far, and you're looking forward to more. Subscribe to GamebustersUK if you haven't already to keep up to date with this Let's Play, as I hopefully produce more and more parts to this series. So thanks for watching. Take care and bye bye.